Students, welcome all of you in online lecture series of Internet of Things subject, in which today we are going to discuss what are the branching statements in C language programming and what is function and how can we call a function in our program. So, my name is Pooja Subhash Rao Deshmukh from International Center of Excellence in Engineering and Management College, Aurangabad. In last lecture, we have studied the operators, in which we have studied there are different types of operators, that is arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators, bitwise operators, assignment operators, and miscellaneous operators. Also, where we use these operators, we have studied in last lecture. Now, in this lecture, we are going to study what are the branching statements in C language. Then branching statements are break, continue, go to, return and exit. These are the branching statements. Also, library versus user defined function. Then next point is our what is function and how can we use a function in our program. So what is the difference between library and user defined function? Then function declaration, function definition, how can we call a function, and function arguments, recursive function and inline function. So these points we will discuss one by one. First of all, branching statements. Actually, a branch is an instruction which is in a computer program that can cause a computer to begin executing a different instruction sequence and deviate from the default behavior of executing an instruction order. Suppose common branching instruction statements are including break, continue, return and go to. Branching statements allow the flow of execution to jump a different part of the program, and the common branching statements are used within the other control structures. Means what? Suppose we are writing a program and we have to jump on other part of program, means we have to skip some part of the program. In this condition, we have using the branching statements. And what are these? These are the break, continue, return, go to, and break, continue, return and go to, and exit. Then we will see what are the types. In control statements, there are two types, that is common control branching control statements and looping control statements. In which branching control statements there are two types, conditional branching and unconditional branching. Now we will see one by one. First one is break statement. Break statement is used in one of two ways, like with a switch to make it act like a case structure or a part of a looping process, which is used to break out the loop. Suppose we are writing in our program, that is there are two loops present, that is if else or any other loop, and we have to separate these two loops in our programming. At that time we are using the break statement. Then the following gives the appearance that the loop will execute in 8 times, but the break statement causes the stop during the 5th iteration. After 5th iteration, we have to break for suppose millisecond, for a minute or something. Then we will use the break statement. Suppose counter is equals to 0, while counter is greater than 8. Currently counter is less than 8, but output of counter is what? Equals to 8 or greater than 8. Then if counter is equals to 4, then after that we have to know we have to get the break. Then we will use here break statement. Then counter plus 1 is plus is equals to 1. Here we get the break by using this instruction. So next one is continue statement. Continue statement means what? Branching statement that causes a loop to stop current iteration and begin the next one. Means in our program we have to stop the whatever the current instruction will be executed, and we have to jump to the next begin instruction. Then we will use this instruction, that is continue. The following gives the appearance that loop will print to the monitor 8 times. Also we have to, here output is 8 times, but the continue statement causes it not to print number 4, but we don't have number 4. Then what? For counter is equals to 0, then counter is less than 8. Then counter plus is equals to 1 means what? If counter is equals to 4, then by using this instruction, that is continue, output of counter is what? Counter does not print the number 4 count or number 4 value. Then next one is return go to statement. In go to statement, go to structure is typically not accepted in a good structured programming. However, some of the programming languages which allow to create a label with the identifier name which is followed by a colon, or you use the command word, that is go to, which is followed by the label. Now we will see, understand by the example. Here some lines of code written, then go to label is used. Go to label means what? It jumps to the label. Again we write some line of code, then again we use label, that is some statement here which is declared. Then again we write some lines of codes, means what? Means it is used to transfer the program control to a predefined label. Suppose we have to jump from this position to another position, then we have used this statement, that is go to statements. Also the go to statements it can be used to repeat some part of the code for the particular condition. Then next one is return. Return statement. Return statement is also a branching statement that causes a function and returns to the statement where the function was called. Means what? The return statement exits a function and returns to the statement where the function was called. This statement ends the execution of a function and returns control to the calling function. Also execution resume the calling function at the point immediately by following a call. That is, a return statement can return a value to the calling function. Here function do something, that is, and the statements we have right here. Then we write a return, means what? We are ending our program or we are ending our execution by calling this function. Then next one is exit function. Exit function means what? This function is nothing. Actually exit is technically a predefined function which is covered here because it's common use in programming. Then a good example is the opening file and then testing to see if the file was actually opened or not. Means what? If we are opening any file in our C language or C library, then we have testing that the file is opened or not. If not, we have an error that usually indicate that we want to prematurely stop the execution of the program. If our file is not open, then we have to stop our program or we have to exit from our program. Then the exit function terminates the running of the program in the process, which returns an integer value back to the operating system. And next one is, it fits the definition of branching, which is to jump to some other place in the program. That means we will jump in our program at any time by using this instruction, or we have also exit from our program by using this instruction. The next one is function. What is function in C language? Function in C programming, that is reusable block of code. That means it makes a program easier to understand, test, and it can be easily modified without changing the calling function. Also, function divide the code and modularize the program for better and efficient results. In short, what function means? What larger program is divided into various subprograms, which is called a function. When you divide a program into various functions, it becomes easy to manage each function individually. That's why whenever an error occurs in your program, you can easily investigate the faulty functions and correct only those errors. Also, you can easily call and use functions whenever they are required, which is automatically leads in saving time and space. So function means what? If you have to call any function or you have to get any output by multiple times, that means you have to generate addition of program. Suppose a plus b means what? You have to write the program for a plus b many times, and due to that your program is lengthy, and also it requires some more space in memory. That's why we use function here, that in a single word you write down the sum, then in many times. Suppose you have to generate your output, that is many times. At that time you just write a sum. First of all, you write your program whatever required for the addition of two numbers, and then you write the function, that is sum. Means what? You are calling this function for many times. You write the sum function, that is 5 times. Means what? You are performing an addition 5 times, like this. So therefore we are using the function. The next one is C programming functions, which is divided into 3 activities. First one is function declaration, the next one is function definition, and third one is function call. Then we will see what is the difference between library function and user defined function. In every C program, it has at least one function, which is the main function. But a program can have any number of functions, like the main function in C is a starting point of our program. But also it is divided into 2 types, that is library function and user defined function. Then we will see what is the difference between. The difference between the library and user defined function in C language, that is we do not need to write a code for the library function. We do not need to write a code for library function because it is already present inside the header file, which is always included at the beginning of a program. You just have to type the name of a function and use it along with the proper syntax, that is printf, scanf. These are the examples. These are the examples of library function. But in user defined function, you have to write a body of a function and call the function. wherever we require a function to perform some operations in our program. Also, user defined function in C language is always written by the user. It is not already in a function library. It is written by the user, but later it can be part of a C library. Then its major advantage of C program. Then next we will see what are the C programming functions, which is divided into three types, that is function declaration, function call and function definition. First of all, we will see function declaration. How can we declare any function? Function declaration means what? Writing a name of a program. It is compulsory part for using the function in code. Then in a function declaration, we just specify the name of a function that we are going to use in our program, like variable declaration. We cannot use function unless it is declared in a program. Means you have to use any function, then you have to declare it first at the starting of your program. Then a function declaration is called also what? Function prototype. The function declaration means what? Prototype. Function prototype are usually done above the main function and take the general form. What is the syntax of this? Syntax is what? Return underscore data type, function name in bracket, data underscore type argument. In this way you can declare your function. Then the return data type is what? The data type of the value function which is returned back to the calling statement. And function name means what? Which is allowed by the parenthesis. Then arguments names with their data type declarations, which is optionally or placed inside the parenthesis. Now we will understand this term by an example, or we consider the program that shows the how to declare a cube function to calculate the cube value of an integer variable. What we are calling? We are calling the cube value of an integer variable. What is opening is hash include stdioh, then function declaration. We have to declare the function here. So function declaration, then int add int a comma b, means here we have to add these two characters, that is a and b. Then end of function declaration, here we use here, that is function declaration and end of function declaration. Means suppose in the opening we have to declare what function we use in our program, and in the end what we will done with your function. Then int main and end of our program. Keep in mind that function does not necessarily return a value, or in this case keyword void is used. Suppose in your program there is nothing you have to write, you have to store any value. In this case only you have to use this keyword, that is void. For example, output message function declaration indicates that the function does not return a value, that is void output message. So this is all about function declaration. Next one is function definition. Function definition means what? We are just writing a body of a function, or body of a function which consists of the statements which are going to be perform a specific task. Whatever we write in our program, whatever the statements we write in our program that perform a specific task in our program. Means what? A function body consists of a single or block statements. it is also the mandatory part of the function. Then we will see by adding an example, that is int add int a comma int b. Suppose we have to declare these two functions, that is this is our body of our program. Then open brace int c. C is equals to what? A plus b. C is our output. Then C is what performing? The perform operation of perform is addition, that is C is equal to A plus B. Then we write return C, means what? We have to here generate the output in C. Then close brace. This is function definition. The next one is function call. Function call means what? Function call means whenever it is required in a program, it is not necessary. This is the optional part of our program. When we call a function or it perform an operation which was designed, a function call is an optional part, as I told you. Let's take an example, that is result is equals to add 4 comma 5. Here complete code is what? Hash include, this is our result, that is we want addition of 4 and 5. Then hash include stdio.h int add. We have to add these two characters, that is int a comma int b. This is our function declaration. Then int main open brace a is equals to 10, means the value of a character we will take is 10 and b is 20. Then what will be the output? Output is int c is equals to add of a plus b, that means 10 comma 20. This is our functional call. Then what will be the printing? That is printf in addition of %d slash n comma c. Then get ch close brace. This is our function call. Then again int add comma int add in bracket, that is int a comma int b. This is our function body. Here we declare function declaration, function call and function body. Then c is equals to a plus b and return c. Here is the output, and what will get the output? Output is addition of 30, that is 10 plus 20. The next one is function arguments. A function arguments are used to receive the necessary values by the function call. Whatever we whatever we write in function call, these values which is received by the function arguments, they are matched by the position, which is matched by the position. Then the first argument is passed to the first parameter, and second to the second, then third to the third, fourth to the fourth, and so on. By default, the arguments are passed by the value in which a copy of data is given, which is copy of data is given in the function, that is which is called a function. Then the actually passed variables will not change. This is generate the copy, but the values will not be changed. Let us we consider the program which demonstrate the parameters which is passed by the value. Then what will be that? Int add means what? We have to add these two instructions, these two characters, that is int x and int y. Then int main is what? A comma b, and result store in a is equals to 5, b is equals to 10. Then what will be the result? That is add a comma b. Then what will be printing? Printf is %d plus %d slash is equals to %d slash n comma a comma b result. Here this value is printed, means what? you will get the output from this instruction. Then return 0, int add of int x comma int y, then x plus is equals to y, return again x, and the program output is what? 5 plus 10. A is 5, B is equals to 10, and we will get the output of 15. Keep in mind that values of A and B were passed to add the function were not changed because its value was passed into the parameter x. Then next one is recursive function. Recursive function is a function which calls itself and includes the exit condition in order to finish the recursive calls. In this case, the factorial number calculation, the exit condition is fact, which is equal to 1. Recursion works by stacking calls until the existing condition is true. Then consider a factorial of number which is calculated as 6 factorial. 6 factorials means what? 6 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 up till whatever we will get the value of a factorial. Suppose we have to get the value of 12 factorial, means 12 to 1 with the multiplication, same as this 6 factorial. Then this calculation is done as repeatedly by calculating fact into fact minus 1 until the value which is until the fact value which is equals to 1. Then let's take an example. Hash include stdio.h in factorial, that will be the number, integer number. Then int main, that is x is equals to what? 6, means we have to get the factorial of 6. Then what will be the printing? Printf is the factorial of %d, because %d is x is equals to 10, means we have to print the factorial of 6. Then %d is %d slash n comma x factorial of x. Then we return 0 value. Int factorial is int number. Then if number is equals to 1, then we return value 1. This is the existing condition. Else if it is not equal, then return number up to factorial number minus 1. Then the also program displays, that means we will get the output, that is factorial of 6 is 720. Then last one is the inline function. Function in C programming which is used to store the most frequently used instruction. It is used for modularizing the program. Whenever a function is called, a instruction pointer which jumps to the function definition. Then after execution of function, instruction pointer falls back to the statement from where it jumped to the function definition. Then next one is, whenever we use function, we require an extra pointer which is jump to the function and definition which is returned to the statement. Then to eliminate the need of such pointer heads, we use inline functions. In an inline function, a function call is directly replaced by an actual program code. It does not jump to any block because the operations are performed inside the inline function. Then inline functions are mostly used for small computations, that means small programs. They are not suitable when large computing is involved. Suppose we have to write multiplication or division program for 20 digits or 20 character. Then we cannot use this function, that is inline function. An inline function which is similar to the normal function, except that keyword inline is placed before the function name. Suppose you have to use this program or you use this function, then you have to just declare the name of inline which is before the function name. After that you can use this. Then summary of this lecture is, a function is a mini program or a sub program. Then functions are used to modularize the program. Then library and user defined, these are the two types of functions. Then function consists of declaration, function body and function call part. Function declaration and body are mandatory, where function call can be optional. Then C program has the least one function which is the main function. Then each function has the name, data type, return value or void parameters, and each function must be defined and declared in your C program. So keep in mind that ordinary variables in C function are destroyed as soon as we exit the function call. So here our functions and branching instructions. This point is finished. So thank you very much.